The Ryzen 5 3600 is still a CPU that makes sense today, but you can absolutely waste it with the wrong GPU. You don't want a card that's so weak it forces compromises right away, and you don't want something so powerful that you're paying for performance the CPU can't realistically use. So in this video, I'm keeping it simple. 2 picks that make sense right now for the Ryzen 5 3600. One is the best true budget GPU, the one that gives you the most for the least without regret. And the other is the best overall value GPU, the balanced upgrade that keeps your build feeling right for the next few years. Links to all graphics cards mentioned are in the description. Let's start with the budget GPU for the Ryzen 5 3600. The Intel Arc B580 Limited Edition is the best budget GPU to pair with the Ryzen 5 3600 because it focuses on the one thing budget builds usually get wrong: VRAM. Let's start with the card itself. It uses a compact dual-fan design that doesn't try to be flashy, it's not oversized, it doesn't extend into unnecessary slots, and it fits easily into most mid-tower cases without airflow issues. This matters if you're upgrading an older system built around the Ryzen 5 3600 rather than starting from scratch. Cooling is straightforward but effective. Under sustained gaming loads, the card stays under control without aggressive fan noise. It's not silent, but it doesn't distract you either, which is exactly what you want from a budget card. Now, the reason this card works so well with the Ryzen 5 3600 is 12GB of VRAM. That extra memory gives you flexibility in modern games. You're far less likely to hit texture limits at 1080p, and you can experiment with 1440p without immediately running into stutters or forced downgrades. This is where many budget cards fall apart, and the B580 avoids that problem. In real-world gaming, the Arc B580 Limited Edition is very comfortable at 1080p high settings. For newer, heavier games, you may want to mix high and medium settings, but performance stays consistent. At 1440p, it's not a max everything card, but it's usable, especially if you prioritize image quality over chasing very high frame rates. The Ryzen 5 3600 pairs well here because you're not pushing the CPU into unrealistic territory. You're letting the GPU do most of the work, which keeps frame pacing smooth and predictable. Outside of gaming, the B580 Limited Edition has another strong advantage: Intel's Media Engine. If you record gameplay or do light video editing, this card handles modern codecs well and doesn't feel like a compromise. Now, there's one very important requirement. Intel Arc cards expect resizable bar to be enabled. If your motherboard supports it and you turn it on, the B580 performs as intended. If not, performance can drop enough to make the card less appealing. This isn't a flaw, it's just something you need to know before buying. If you need a bit more cooling headroom, the Sparkle Arc B580 TITAN OC is a valid alternative. It uses a triple fan cooler and a thicker heatsink, which can help with noise, but the core experience is the same. If you need to spend less, the ASRock Arc B570 Challenger 10GB exists, but the smaller VRAM buffer means you'll hit limits sooner. If you want the safest possible experience and don't mind buying used, a Sapphire PULSE RX 6700 XT 12GB is still viable, but that comes with used market risks. All in all, the B580 Limited Edition is one of the few new budget cards that give you modern features and a 12GB VRAM buffer without drifting into mid-range territory. To sum it up, what I like is the 12GB VRAM for modern games, the strong 1080p performance, the compact and easy-to-install design, and the good media and recording support. On the downside, resizable bar should be enabled for optimal performance, and driver polish still isn't Nvidia level. Moving on, we have my top suggestion for the Ryzen 5 3600. The ASRock RX 9060 XT Challenger 16GB is the best overall value GPU to pair with the Ryzen 5 3600 because it delivers headroom without excess. Starting with the physical card, the Challenger model is compact and practical. It uses a dual-fan cooler, stays relatively short, and fits into almost any mid-tower without issue. This makes it ideal if you're upgrading an existing Ryzen 5 3600 build and don't want to worry about clearance. Cooling is efficient rather than overbuilt. The card stays cool under gaming loads and avoids sudden fan spikes, which helps keep noise levels consistent during long sessions. The real story here, however, is 16GB of VRAM. That memory buffer completely changes how your system feels in modern games. At 1080p, you get high refresh performance without worrying about texture limits. At 1440p, this card really comes into its own, which is also where the Ryzen 5 3600 feels most comfortable. At that resolution, the workload shifts more towards the GPU, reducing CPU bottlenecks and making the system feel balanced. You're not fighting the CPU, and you're not wasting GPU potential either. The RX 9060 XT Challenger handles modern games smoothly with high settings, and it does so without demanding extreme power or cooling. That efficiency matters when you're pairing it with an older but still capable CPU. AMD's FSR upscaling also plays a role here. You can use it to smooth out performance in heavier titles without sacrificing visual clarity, which extends the usable life of this card even further. If you want a quieter card and your case has room, the Gigabyte RX 9060 XT Gaming OC 16GB is a great alternative thanks to its larger triple fan cooler. If you specifically want Nvidia's ecosystem, the PNY RTX 5060 Ti 16GB is the alternative to consider. It offers stronger ray tracing and Nvidia-specific tools, which can matter for certain workflows. What makes the ASRock Challenger stand out is that it offers the same core performance and VRAM as larger cards, while staying compact, efficient, and easy to live with in real-world builds. To sum it up, what I like is the 16GB VRAM, the excellent 1080p and strong 1440p performance, the efficient and compact design, and it's very well balanced with low-budget CPUs. On the downside, ray tracing still trails Nvidia, and larger cards may run slightly quieter.